Hello and welcome, dear student. Really, I welcome you, and I really thank you for following these lessons. Really, they are the lessons that will assist you, because as you do in class, then instead of just staying, then you stay there, you use your time to follow these lessons. Really, they are the lessons that are made especially for you. You don't have to miss anything. Don't miss anything at any time. So always they are there to assist you, and we are here to assist you. Now, as we proceed, as we continue to work on this, here with me now is the topics for social studies in standard 8. Now, all this, as I said last time, we have about 26 units. So all of them, they are equally important. Don't say that I like this, or maybe in the videos, don't repeat too much one lesson. No, there are 26. All of them, the content of it all, you have to know it. So with this, make sure that when you play the other video, the other time you are on the other video. But this schedule here is for you, maybe to assist you. What is here is to assist you to say, all right, and maybe in class you had a certain or one of these topics, you are looking at one of these topics, and maybe you missed some of the concepts as the teacher was teaching. Therefore, it is your chance now to grab one of these videos and follow it, and you understand it better. Maybe you add on to what the teacher said. So here today we are on the unit number 5. This is gender equality in society. Gender equality in society. So there is still a long way to go. As you can see, you have to follow everything up to the end. So in our today's work, we are going to look at gender equality in society. So I welcome you, be there and feel free and follow through up to the end, because this one is made especially for you. So in this lesson, by the end of this lesson, you have to make sure that you meet the following issues. Number one, you need to be able to define the terms like sex roles, gender roles, gender equity, gender equality, gender inequality, and gender stereotype. They are the terms that you need to know by the end of this lesson. And also identify the impact of gender inequality in school and society. What are the impact of gender inequality in society? So you have to know by the end of this lesson. And also describe factors that promote gender balance. By the end of this lesson, you have to be able to describe the factors that promote gender balance. And finally, you have also to describe the effects of gender stereotyping on development. You have to describe the effects of gender stereotyping. After knowing what stereotyping is, you have to define or describe the effects of gender stereotyping on development. So these are the things that we are going to discuss on this lesson. So be there, be attentive, pay attention, pay close attention, and don't let anything disturb you. Now to begin with, let's start with the gender equality in society. So roles and responsibilities of men and women in societies differ from culture to culture. So roles, when we talk of roles, what we do in society, they differ from one culture to another culture. So what men do in different societies, you find that it differs. So this is because each society has changed ways of doing things. As we live, we change the way of doing things. Sometimes there are some things that were done by only males, but you find that this time around, even men and women, they do that thing. So those are the roles and responsibilities that are changing depending on culture that we live. Now to begin with, let's start with the sex. So what is sex? Sex refers to biological determined differences between males and females. Let me take this. This refers to biological or biologically determined differences between males and females. Biologically, you can say that this is a male, this is a female. So there are also differences that are biologically, when you look at a man and a woman, the things that you can define biologically, those are what we call the sex differences. So the differences are universal and sometimes obvious. So the differences in between man and a woman, in as far as sex is concerned, is universal or sometimes obvious. So sex is characterized by certain features of males or for males and females. So there are features biologically that we can define a male and a female. So some of these features are, for example, boys or men, they have ability to impregnate, while girls and women can breastfeed babies. So you can see the differences here. A boy or a man can impregnate a woman or a girl. At the same time, you see that women and girls, they can breastfeed when they have a baby. A man cannot do that. A man cannot breastfeed a baby no matter what. You cannot breastfeed a baby. And a woman cannot impregnate. It's also obvious in that way. So those are the features that differentiate a man and a woman. Now let's look at the sex roles. So sex roles are biologically determined roles based on sex. Biologically determined roles that biologically you are born with. If you are a man, biologically you can do that because you are a man or a boy. If you are a girl, biologically you are born with certain roles that you can do that a boy can do. So we have examples here. Males impregnate, females bear children, females breastfeed. So you see here, males, they do impregnate, but females, they bear children, and females, they can also breastfeed. So those are the sex roles, the roles of either a male or a female. So you have to understand what it means by sex roles, by biologically determined roles or responsibilities. So you don't choose because it is already biologically in someone. So it is not something that someone chooses. So it is biologically made up of inside the body of a male or a female. Now let's look at gender. Gender refers to the culturally defined aspects of being male and female. Gender refers to the culturally defined aspects of being male and female. So gender, when we talk of gender, they are the things that the culture defines to say, all right, being a male or being a female, it is this. Being a male is this, being female is this. Gender, the aspects of culture, definition of culture of a man or a woman. So there could be relationships, status, and privileges assigned to women, men, boys and girls in a given culture or location. So sometimes relationships, they fall into gender, status, privileges that can be given to men or women, girls and boys according to that culture. So that one is what is called gender. That is culturally defined aspects of being male or female. So you have to know that one. It is learned through the process of socialization, and gender is dynamic and varies from culture to culture. So we are saying here that gender can be learned through the process of socialization. The fact that you live in a certain society, and that society defines that this work is only for men, this work is only for women. And when you are from your previous society, maybe you were doing everything, then you start to learn. That is socialization, because you live in the social setting, in the same social setting. So that is socialization. So you have to know that one, that gender is learned through socialization. Now let's look at the gender roles. Gender roles. Gender roles are activities and tasks performed by males or females as a result of social cultural expectations. For example, here in Chikwawa, it is the role of a man to cut grass for thatching huts, while in the central region, it is done by women, or sometimes even the northern region. So we see here the gender roles. They are activities or tasks that are performed by males or females as a result of the expectation of the society. So we have given an example here that the aspect of cutting the grass to thatch the house. In Chikwawa, it is the role of men to do that. In central region, it is women who are doing that. Northern region, women are doing that. So it is something that is defined by the culture, the roles that are defined by culture. Gender roles change. For instance, in Malawi, in the past, only males were employed as soldiers in the army, but now there are female soldiers in the Malawi Defense Force. So we see there that the roles or the gender roles, they keep on changing. Sometimes they are the things that a society today denies men to do. But in the passage of time, you find that men now are allowed to do that. So we have an example of the military. In Malawi Defense Force, previously they were only men, but today we see that even females, they are employed as soldiers in the Malawi Defense Force. Let's look at gender equity. Gender equity, it means being fair or socially just, impartial, through fair distribution of benefits and resources. So gender equity is about fairness in everything, distribution of everything to be done fairly. No matter is a girl or a boy, things done in a fair way. And gender equality, this one, it means having the same status, rights and responsibility for women and men. While gender equity, it's the fairness in the distribution of things. But gender equality, it's having the same status. If a woman can be a manager, a man can also be a manager the same way. So that is gender equality, regarding everyone in the same status. So it is based on the idea that no individual should be less privileged or in opportunities or human rights. So when we talk of gender equality, it means equal opportunities or equal human rights. So male and female, they should be regarded all as people, or as equal, or as able to do anything at any time. So this involves the identification and removal of underlying causes of discrimination to give everyone a chance. Sometimes in societies, you find that women are underlooked to say, all right, these are not strong, they cannot do this, they cannot do that. So first, by removing those things that women cannot do this, then comes the issue of equality, to say, all right, what men can do, women can do. So that is about gender equality. And there is also an aspect of gender inequality. Gender inequality. So gender inequality refers to the unequal distribution of roles, responsibilities, opportunities between males and females in society. So unequal distribution of roles and equal distribution of roles. That is gender inequality. To say, all right, these roles or more roles or responsibilities are given to women than men. That is inequality. What about stereotype? Gender stereotype, it refers to the belief or beliefs and attitudes and perceptions of males and females which are generally accepted as true. So the beliefs and attitudes, the beliefs and attitudes of males and females, to say, right, women of this society are the ones that do this. No, that one is generally accepted by, or the belief that women are the ones who do this, males are the ones who do this. So that is the general beliefs towards men or females in a given society. So that is gender stereotype. I guess you are following whatever we are describing these terms, how we have described the terms. But now, let us look at the impact. What are the impact of gender inequality on school and society? What are those impacts? Number one, males and females may not develop skills in dealing with situations and be able to compete. So when there is inequality, you find that males and females may not develop the skills that may be able to uplift them to compete with others. And also, not all males and females may contribute effectively to development. So because of gender inequality, some people will say, no, let them do. They have said that we cannot do, let them do. But them also, they can contribute something to the development of the society. And also, boys and girls may not be motivated to go to school. That is another thing, gender inequality. When you favor girls most or favor boys most, others may not be able to go to school. And boys and girls may repeat classes more often due to poor performance. So because of gender inequality, others will repeat the same class now and again. So with that, it may not be okay. So gender inequality. Boys and girls may not have confidence in themselves. So when there is gender inequality, others may develop that inferiority complex, to say they may not be confident, to say I can do this. They feel like, no, because people say that I cannot do this, then they say I cannot do that. So they may not develop confidence. Also, boys and girls may not depend on themselves and have career ambitions that are focused. Girls and boys there that experience gender inequality, they may not develop or depend on themselves to do whatever can uplift their lives. So because of gender inequality. And males and females may not gain knowledge and skills to make rational decisions. So boys and girls, male and female, they may not develop knowledge, they may not get knowledge that will make them to make good decisions, because in the society there is that gender inequality. So you can see there that gender inequality, somehow it has got a negative impact on the development of a whole human being. Let us now look at the factors. What are the factors that promote gender balance? Gender inequality, for it not to be there must be a gender balance. So what are the factors that can promote gender balance? So number one, for example, teachers ensuring that equal treatment to both girls and boys. So girls and boys, they need to have equal treatment by teachers. Equal encouragement to both boys and girls to work hard. So giving encouragement for hard work. Teacher using methods which are gender sensitive. The teacher using a gender sensitive methods. Giving leadership roles to both boys and girls. Not only that, Equal support to or in academic work to both boys and girls. That is balancing things there, as you can see. So equal, giving equal opportunities to both sides. Another one, teachers creating an environment that is gender friendly, an environment that accepts everyone, a boy and a girl. Giving leadership positions equally to both men and women in religious institutions. Sometimes you find that when you talk of the religious institutions, basically they are dominated by males. Male are the ones who are pastors. More pastors are male. Why? So even in the religious institutions, pastors, women, then something like that. Equal distribution of responsibilities, and featuring both males and females positively in newspapers, films, television. So both should have equal opportunities. Sensitizing people on gender. People, they have to know gender, to say gender is about the society, what the society accepts. Therefore, our society should always accept both males and females. And parents assigning calls, that is basically household calls, equally to boys and girls. You find that some families or parents, they give more work to boys than girls. So in that way, you find that it may not be okay. It may not be well. Now we have looked at the factors that promote gender balance. Now here, let us look at the effects of gender stereotyping on development. The effects of gender stereotyping. So number one, we talk of discrimination occurs at work when there's that gender stereotype, the belief that only these men can do work. Then there's discrimination at workplace. Then knowledgeable people may not be given the right job. People with knowledge, they cannot be given the right job. And also, jobs may not be done thoroughly due to lack of expertise. So if there's gender stereotype, job may not be done thoroughly because experts are left out. You say, this is for men, but women are expert on that job. So job cannot be done effectively without those experts. A lot of resources may be underutilized or wasted. So resources may be wasted. You have more women, but you say this job can only be done by men, but women are just staying there. Why take them and do that job? So resources may be underutilized. And it becomes difficult for the people to share ideas because you favor one type of gender. And it reduces initiatives, creativity, and innovations. So some may not be innovative, may not be creative to do something to contribute to a certain job. And finally, it demotivates high performers. Those who may perform highly, they may be demotivated to say, because they say this job is not for us, but I know I can perform. So those ones, they may be demotivated, they may not be willing to take part in anything. Now, to this far, we have come to the end of the unit, where we are looking at mostly about gender roles, gender stereotyping, gender issues in the society. So when we talk of gender, we have said that they are the issues that are accepted by the society. So I guess you have been following. If you have missed anything, go back and replay the video so that you follow through everything and thoroughly. But here with me, there is an exercise. Please pause a little bit and follow the exercise. Copy somewhere and try to answer. When answering, don't go back and check the answers. No, we have already learned. Now to this far, just copy the questions and write the answers. Show your teacher if you have made them correctly. So that's the end of the lesson, our lesson today. But next time we're going to look at Unit 6, that is culture. Unit 6, that is culture. So on this unit is also another part that is also containing the things that the society may feel or may talk about. So until next time, thank you so much.